Alright, so we're going to move into game 2 here. This is another pre-sideboarded game. I'm going to be on the play. Hopefully we can get something that's a little more aggressive this time. Another two-lander. It's not really where I like to be, but this has got the components we want. So I'm gonna go ahead and fetch. So I already know what we need. Player Dragon Fodder and pass turn. And once again, we're in the same situation, just praying for another land. The main reason for keeping this is we have an answer to this turn 2 Jace. We have something to do on turn 2, and we're able to play Kolaghan's Command or Mardu Charm, assuming we get one more land. And it does arrive. It's not exactly what we wanted, but we will have to make do. Bloodstained Mires are the one thing we are unable to go grab white with, so it does kind of sting, but I think we'll go ahead and fetch this away. Just grab a basic mountain. And use our Kolaghan's Command. It's a little early, but having that gives us spell mastery, so now our impulse is able to kill his Mantis Riders. Depending on what he does, we will either be able to, hopefully be able to both play Ardrana and kill a Mantis Rider. That would be living the dream here, you know, like just curving out. It's a remarkable feeling, but worst case, we kill a Mantis Rider and get in there for 2. And right now we're kind of playing our game, which is where we want to be at here. We could really use a white source. Keeping our fingers crossed here. Come on, white source. That is a white source. So our Sorin will be turned on. We can run her out without having too much fear. I don't think he has spell mastery for impulse. Unfortunately, this Jace is going to live a turn. Go ahead and bring the beats for a Savage 1. And pass the turn. Doesn't really have anything of relevance to flashback yet. But what he will be able to do is uptick on Ardrana, making it so that she doesn't even deal any damage. However, if he does that and he's unable to answer the Sorin, it's going to put him in a predicament because the +1 from Sorin is going to enable her to get her trigger. Even if we draw our next land, we're more inclined to run out Sorin as opposed to Kolaghan here, just because Ojutai's Command is such a pain in the ass. As soon as they have 4 mana up, you pretty much have to start playing around it. And I mean, some people may disagree, but having it sit in their hand is just so much more beneficial than risking it and it actually paying off. Like, especially as as it is a 3 to 4 of in most decks. He's gotten at least one loot off Jace. He's been fetching the Thin. I think we have a Crackling Doom coming here. Now this would be really nice if we're able to hit an untapped land. Just about any land will do it. We'll be able to slam our Kolagon and go to town, which we do. So let's go ahead and kill this Jace. And now for the rest of the game, he has to live in fear of our Kolagon. He's trying to point something out to me. I think he's saying I should have attacked with my other Goblin, which I should have. For some reason, I was under the impression he had upticked, which he did. Oh, yeah, he Crackling. I'm nearly positive he Crackling Doomed and then upticked on my Goblin. So now that he has his Ojutai man up again, we'll go ahead and see if we can stick a Sorin. Met with very little resistance last game, so I'm prone to think it resolves. And we'll bring some beats. So he's gonna dig through time. Okay. I was half expecting to see in Ojutai's command returning a Jace and maybe drawing a card. But he's most likely going for an Utter End or a reasonable answer to Sorin. I think Wild / Mantis Rider would probably be his best bet. It allows him to deal with my Sorin and hold up a blocker for the Goblins. But at that point, he's stuck with his Kolagon coming right back at him. Meanwhile, if I'm able to hit another land, at this point I think it would have to be a red source. It would enable me to play an Outburst and leave up to rest or removal for his next incoming threat. I think he knows that playing a Mantis Rider regardless is kind of dangerous at this time. So I'm assuming if he had the choice, he probably opted for the Utter End. However, that might not have been an option. So our Sorin takes a hit. Let's see if he's got the Wild Slash to finish it off here. And he doesn't. He could still be sitting on a Dispel. I'm pretty sure it's just lethal if he doesn't block at this point. So we'll run out Kolagon. We'll uptick our Sorin. And we'll crash with the team. He may elect to slash one of these. In which case it's still lethal. So he's got to have double slash or his Mantis Rider's on chump block duty here. I guess if he had slash impulse, he could rewind it to the point where I was declaring attackers and kill off my Kolagon before it actually gives me the battle cry. But he likes to go with the Goblin, assuming he impulses the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and gain 9. Goblin's going to trade with his Mantis Rider. Kolagon's going to return. And I will end turn. So at this point, a Crackling Doom's lethal. I guess Soulfire Crackling Doom would probably be his ideal play here. doesn't look like he has. Go ahead and fetch this away. We're pretty fixed on our mana, so we'll go ahead and grab that. Red, black, white, and the rest. Let's see what he's got over here. And for some reason he so he held off on playing that. Yeah, the Crackling Doom would have been bad news. We're gonna take the command just because we don't want him to be able to gain life here. I want to kind of keep him on his toes, force him to deal with the threats as we can spit them out. We'll run out our goblins. Uptick Sorin. And pass turn. He's dead like 3 different ways at this point. I'm not sure what really gets him out of this debacle. I think he wants to Crackling Doom a token, redirect to Sorin. Sorin goes down to 2. So now he needs to draw land to be able to play Sarkhan, kill Sorin, and have an impulse to deal with a goblin, at which point he's still dead to the Shambling Men. Or the Kolagon for that matter. Alright, so now we'll get into some sideboarded games.